been known
Yes.
even back in late 2018 and 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because Z actually made the announcement like, you know, instructing the youth, the unemployed youth,
Yes.
instead of hanging out in the city seeking shelters like a homeless person and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
He actually made the announcement instructing those young ones to go to the suburbs, to the rurals, to the farmland areas,
Yes.
and basically go there and do farming work.
Well, there's something very
Okay,
interesting. Yeah,
you see, Z is basically a shadow, a follower, a shadow of
I
Mao
agree.
Zedong.
I agree.
Okay, because during his young, late teenage, early adult years, even though his father,
Mm-hmm.
uh, is also a higher ranking Politburo
Yes.
officers within the inner circles of Mao. Fact of the matter is, Z was also been sent to the rural areas, the farmlands, and to do hard labors.
Well, that's because the leaders are not as more important than the party. The party
Right.
is what's important, and the leaders are just effective or not effective. And it just happens that Mao was effective and Xi is effective, or or at least was for a
That's right.
while.
So
And
he's
yeah.
so that's why lately we're seeing those politburos.
Mm-hmm.
They're repeating the same tricks from Mao's old playbooks.
Yes.
For example, there's an official saying that, oh yeah, you're gonna, knock down all the forests and put it on the farmland. We mow down the hillsides,
Yes.
and make it into, they call it a ladder farm. Okay, it's kind
Yes.
of like a step ladder one at a time
Yes.
to grow rice.
And I did
You
notice
know,
that it was susceptible to rain damage and flooding.
oh, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. The ones you see, okay, there are certain geographical location wise, there
Mm-hmm.
are certain parts of China where such methodology was deemed very effective and
Mm-hmm.
not practical. Okay,
Right.
such as Yunnan province and so on. I've seen those setups along the hillsides,
Right.
to grow rice before.
Okay, I have a
Okay, and
question
it was
about
very
that.
successful, but
Can
not.
mm-hmm.
But it doesn't necessarily implies that all other regions throughout the rest of mainland China is suitable for those
Okay. Well, I have
methodologies
a
because
question.
there's
Yeah.
always the microclimates and things like that, right?
I'm a foreigner from China. I'm a Western person, and I, of course, realize that China has had an agricultural, technology for thousands of years, where they're able to make rice
Correct.
paddies up and down the sides of hills and mountains. We call them
Right.
terraces, or so on. And that's been
That's
going.
right. It's
And
called
there's
terraces.
tens of maybe thousands of years of experience about how to do that. So
Correct.
why on
Correct.
earth would a government ask the people to do it in an area where it's never been done before? Because obviously, over thousands of years, it's been experimented on, and they've found it to be not a good idea there. So, the experience of the people is no, don't do terraces there. It's going to be susceptible to mudslides.
Correct. Correct.
So,
Like
what
I
the.
said,
Yeah.
it's all geographically
Mm-hmm.
dependent, meaning that come
Yeah.
on, you don't grow rice in North Dakota, right? Similar
Yeah.
way, Mount Rushmore, you don't knock down Mount Rushmore to make
Exactly.
a rice paddy terrace,
And we
right?
and we can't
You
grow, we
know,
can't grow bananas in Alberta. It don't
that's
work,
right.
man.
Exactly. Yeah, my point is exactly. So why on earth does these guys still push forward with that idea? Fact of the matter is, they're running out of tricks.
Uh huh.
They're citing the old Mao's playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mao's is like, we communists do not believe in we believe in materialism. We don't
Right.
believe in humanity. We don't believe in natural weather. We're not afraid of God. There's no God in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they and Mao is so arrogant, so he's such an arrogant son of a bitch. He actually made it. He made a very proud motto or
Right.
motto. He
Mm-hmm.
says um, there are two mottos. Okay, one of
Mm-hmm.
them he says, okay,
Yes.
I'll fight with I'll. He says I'll fight with the sky or the
Mm-hmm.
god above our heads.
That sounds arrogant.
I'll fight with the people on the surface of planet Earth, and I'm enjoying every single bit of it. He says,
Uh-huh.
okay,
So that
it's
sounds
written in
satanic.
his little red playbook. Okay,
Yep.
與天鬥與人鬥，其樂無窮.
Okay.
He says,
Now,
okay, that's just how arrogant he is.
sounds arrogant to
Okay,
me.
yeah, and secondly, he never believed in he never believed in those, he doesn't care about, just like CCP, they don't care about environmental disasters, detrimental side effects. They
Right.
don't care, okay? Citing that throughout the Great Leap Forward, Cultural Revolution and such. Remember,
Yes.
they have to try to pay back their Soviet big brothers for the infrastructure projects. But
Right.
meanwhile, Mao says, yeah, I gotta generate more agricultural output. Okay. Yeah, it's the sparrows that's eating all the grains. Yeah, I gotta kill all the sparrows. So he
Yes.
started the activities of instructing all the peasants, the kids, the young school-age kids to go scare off all the crows. No,
Yes.
scare off all the sparrows.
And
go
killing
capture the
killing
sparrows,
rats,
turn
killing
around.
rats, and paying them for how many rat tails?
Sparrows.
Oh, sparrows, right.
Sparrows.
Hmm.
Sparrows, not rats.
I think it's
Okay?
the Russians
And
that
they
did the
even
rats.
instructed them to get a string or something and string those sparrows together and
Right.
bring it to the village town's official to get some monetary rewards.
So, what do you think is the
Okay.
overreaching aim of these kind of policies, which do nothing but destroy the rural people, the farmer class, when they're forced to do something that's going to cause famine? I mean, their crops are going to be uselessly wiped away by mudslides, and they're going to kill the sparrows, which is obviously going to cause devastation by
Because Mao
insects.
is, ever since Mao gained political power and control over China back in 1949, he's no different than Pol Pot
Ah,
in Cambodia, okay?
ah,
Where because they're so deeply brainwashed by communism, the manifestos and things like that,
Right.
they despise everything Western.
right.
From Western scientific point of view to technologies to scientists and even Western trained medical
Wearing
doctors,
glasses.
professors and such.
If you wear glasses, you obviously can read and write.
That's
You're
right.
educated.
In Pol Pot terms, if you wear glasses, you got to be and have a well-educated,
Yep.
scholarly class. So yeah, gets
Gets
captured
exterminated.
by secret police, and yeah, and yeah, get your head chopped.
But what is the
So
ultimate
Mao
goal?
You see, Mao is no different.
I agree.
Okay.
I totally agree. But
During
what is
the
the
early
ultimate
years,
goal?
when he made that announcement of killing all the sparrows, okay, there were some scientists that came along and advised him not to do so because it will disrupt the ecosphere.
Does he
the
care?
circle, okay?
Did he
He
care?
didn't care. He just don't give a rat's ass.
And why is that? You see, my question is, what is the ultimate aim of these kind of policies? And in my opinion, and please interject and disagree with me
Sure.
if you want,
Sure.
because I'm not an expert, because I'm not living in that area of the world. But it seems to me that what all this is doing is concentrating power in the hands of the dictator.
Of course.
Because it's the Hegelian dialectic again. If you create
That's right.
a problem, that the people are suffering from, such as the order that they should grow rice on hillsides which have seasonal floods, in which case they're going to put all their efforts into growing food which is going to be wiped out, and then they're going to be
Exactly.
suffering and starving, or
Exactly.
you're killing all the sparrows, which is going to make a huge infestation of bugs and things that eat
That's
your
right.
crops, because those sparrows are supposed to eat all the insects, right?
Yeah,
So now
yeah,
your cabbage is getting infestated. So what's the ultimate aim here? The ultimate aim here is to make the people so beholden to you
that's right. That's
that
right.
they're prostrate, they're lying down and begging for help.
Correct. So in similar contexts, they did this all these terraces, these rice paddies along the
Mm-hmm.
hillside,
Mm-hmm.
which was environmentally disastrous.
Yes.
And that's why there's a lot of mudslides lately.
Mm-hmm.
There were sudden flash flooding in certain category 2 or category 3 townships,
Right.
where here we call them municipalities, right?
Right.
Like what I'm trying to say is that those are the ones that are outside of the category 1 metropolitan cities like Beijing
Mm-hmm.
or Shanghai. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
these are the outskirts, but they suffer from massive flash flooding lately
Mm-hmm.
for the last several months.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why?
No,
Simple.
I don't
Because
want to
they,
be. Yeah, I don't want to.
yeah,
I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't want to
sure,
be cynical either. But could it be?
sure,
Could it be that any government directive,
yeah,
either
yeah,
in East or West, is
yeah,
designed to cause a problem? Our governments don't serve us; they destroy
yeah,
us. Everything they
of course.
do is designed to damage and harm us. If they say
That's
to
right.
us that we should stop using stoves that use natural
Mm-hmm.
gas, or that we should stop. What was the latest one? Uh, you know, uh, pretty soon it's going to be stop using gasoline altogether. Has to be electricity, and it's all designed to take us away from our own independence and give
Of
power to a
course.
central authority.
That's right.
And they do that through strife, through causing problems. Our governments are against us 100% all the time.
That's right.
They're doing everything they can to put us at each other's throats, and that goes into the ideological realm as well, with IGBQXYZ or whatever, or maybe global
Correct.
global warming. Oh my God, we all have to stop doing everything. Pretty soon it's going to be you have to stop getting out of bed in the morning because you're causing global warming by
Oh,
rustling your sheets.
I'll tell you, my good friend, the solution is simple, okay?
Yes,
The solution is utterly plain and simple
tell
in
it to
front of
me,
our
baby.
eyes.
Let's hear it.
Kill all the elites, okay? Kill all the wefers, kill all the elites, and good golly, okay? We'll regain our freedom, our sovereignty. Humanity will not die,
Well, guess
okay?
what? I'm going to get out there with my wheelbarrow and help you pick up the bodies.
Sure,
You
yeah,
know
hang
why?
them, okay?
Because
Hang them one by
yeah,
one on the, like a Christmas tree,
that's right.
and yeah, okay. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter whether it's a clone of
Mm-hmm.
doubles. Lately, by the way, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's the turtles body
Right.
doubles, the one with puffy face
Right.
and swollen nose.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that guy has been popping out here and there,
Mm-hmm.
all over the place.
And you know why I'm going to help you with my wheelbarrow?
What?
Because I'm a
What?
patriot. And these people are
You go.
not. These people are
That's right.
fifth column infiltrators who are coming and
That's right.
destroying our families,
That's right.
our
That's right.
economies, and our
That's
very
right.
way of life. And you know what?
That's right.
It's
Yes.
completely legal to defend
That's right.
yourself against traitors.
Correct.
Am I some kind of bloodthirsty, or you even some
No,
kind of
no,
bloodthirsty
no.
murderous person?
You and I are more or less the same in terms of
Hell no!
evilness,
We are
okay?
defending our hearths. We are defending our homes. We are defending our way of lives, and our
Of
families.
course.
And this is the point here. These
That's right.
people are deadly enemies
That's
of our
right.
very way of life, and we have to do something to stop them.
That's
In
right.
the same way that the people, unfortunately, in Asia
Yep.
didn't understand this concept and
They would
believed.
not understand. It will take them a few more 100 years.
They didn't
Okay? For China, it will
believe.
take them at least another 300 years.
They didn't believe
If
that
they
Mao Zedong
accelerate,
was
if
actually.
they have some wise people,
Yeah.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
who help to bring around just
Yeah.
around the corner, just bring about the people's mindset and educate them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know,
Did they
best
know
case
when they
scenario,
killed the
you know,
sparrows? Did they know when they?
ideally it would still requires 2 generations.
Well, maybe that's true, and I'm sorry to say that I'm sad. I'm sad about that. But did they know that
Right.
when they killed the sparrows that it would be cutting their own throats? Did they know that when they were ordered to grow rice in an environmentally unstable area, that it was putting all of their families at risk of starvation? Did they know that? No, they didn't. Did they believe their governments until the end? Yes, they did. And that's the problem.
That's right. That's right.
That's the problem. And what we need is
That's
freedom
right.
for that. And by the way, I could interject a thought here, and I would say that
Sure,
in
please.
Asian societies, there's a homogeneity of
That's right.
consciousness
That's
and
right.
fashion and way of life. We call it culture. There's a homogeneity of those things, which unfortunately is used against the people.
That's
It's
right.
used against those people because they're susceptible to what we call herd consciousness.
Right.
Okay, so if you see your neighbor shooting sparrows, suddenly you realize that you have to do it too without thinking. Or if you see some farmer, in the next farm trying to make pig iron or steel
That's right.
in the field with a bunch of bricks
That's right.
powered by cow manure, you suddenly
Mhm.
think this is a good idea,
That's right.
and
That's
you're going to
right.
increase the steel production of China. Well, the problem here is it's not about the technologies or about the actions. It's about the minds of the people.
That's
Now,
right.
now I would interject here that Western people are a little tougher and more difficult to tame.
True.
We're like the wild horses who've been
True.
running free, and we're
That's
not
right.
we're not so easy to catch,
Sure.
and we're
Sure.
harder to tame, and we're harder to break.
That's right.
But I'm not saying that it don't happen.
Well, it happened to Canada West Coast already.
It happened in the whole goddamn country with our recent so-called medical emergency.
Right.
What was that? I call it leading sheep to the slaughter.
That's right.
Well, so there's no differentiation here between East and West. It's just a different style of
Mm-hmm.
subjugation. It's a different
Mm-hmm.
style of indoctrination. It's
That's right.
we have more sophisticated tools to fit our more untamable cattle, but it's all the
Yep.
same plan, and that's the subjugation and the destruction of all humans.
That's right.
Stop.